Yes, sadly, we've been beaten back inside simply because of the bad weather here in London. But I just wanted to continue to share this particular story with you. As you know, in our recent Christmas Day episode, I said to you, look, have you met any stars, particularly those if you had to pay, because the two sisters, if you remember, who had been lucky enough to meet Tim Curry at Comic Con, then when you go to an event like that, you do have to pay. There's no two ways about it. Quite expensive as well, I think. But if you want to meet them, and you are a dedicated fan, well, if that's what you want to do and it makes you happy, no problem with it. But of course, sometimes it's a sighting of stars, isn't it? That, you see, I don't know, just off guard, as it were. You may be shopping or that sort of stuff. I remember many years ago, oh yes, being in London and seeing in Sloane Square, W.H. Smith's of all places, right? And I hadn't been in London long. And remember, this was at the height of Dynasty fame for Dame Joan Collins. And there she was, right, with a massive hat, dark glasses, covered in makeup, designer outfit, as only you would expect Dame Joan Collins to look. And, she came round to the area that I was in and, I said, oh, hello. And she looked me up and down, wasn't particularly friendly, I have to be honest. And, she said, and I said, oh, nice to meet you. I said, would it be possible, if we could get a picture, particularly for a friend of mine, because I was with a friend who was a massive Dynasty fan. And basically, she said she wasn't dressed for it and looked us both up and down and walked off. Now, I've interviewed Joan, as many people know, on many occasions since, and you do kind of think, but that is my lasting impression. So when people get in touch and say, oh, I met this person, well, this particular one from Craig and Lisa really caught my eye, simply because they were lucky enough to sit next to and say hello to the brilliant, legendary actress, Katharine Hepburn. Let me tell you their story. In the 1970s, I found myself standing next to Katharine Hepburn at the John F. Kennedy Airport. There was a man standing next to me, and we were literally starstruck. She was magnificent, directing her 3 cars, one for the luggage, one that she rode in with her assistant and chauffeur, and one seemingly just for the overflow. She turned and looked at me and the guy next to me. We smiled at her, not able to make a sound. She had a long flowing dress and a most wonderful hat, quite large, and tied with a swath of diaphanous material. As I said, she was truly magnificent. Now, you see, Craig and Lisa, that's how to do it, isn't it? If you are a little bit shy, and I understand that, sometimes celebrities can literally take your breath away. And someone like a legendary star like Katharine Hepburn, absolutely understand it. Yes. Of course, in that particular era as well, we all didn't have instant phones, camera phones, all of that sort of stuff to take that miraculous magic moment picture, did we? Just didn't work out like that. But it's nice to share those memories. And as I said, what I find fascinating, particularly, as I say, if you've got pictures with celebrities, there's another regular viewer, Darlene, shared with us with her pictures. Well, it's always nice to know and nice to see, isn't it? But they can leave you either really liking them, or some might suggest, in the situation of a friend of mine who bumped into Dame Joan Collins all of those years ago in the W.H. Smith's in Sloane Square, he never bothered watching the show again. Be careful how you behave on both sides of the fence. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.